This is the OTB Network.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We had a great weekend of racing around the country, although some of it was marred by disappointing weather conditions. We are going to begin at Monmouth Park this weekend and the running of the split divisions of the Elkwood Stakes, a $60,000 event for 3-year-olds and up. Going a mile and a 16th on the soft turf course at Monmouth Park. Let's head down to Monmouth for Division 1 of the Elkwood.
They're off. Good beginning. Royal Affirmed had the best start. Grand Cesare showing speed from the inside. Gulch Approval is outrunning in fourth. Then Private Lap on the far outside, followed by Stormy Ray. Then Run to Victory. Serial Bride nearest the inside. Duvalier second last and right behind Serial Bride. And the trailer is Move Those Chains, racing 10 lengths off the lead, which is shared by Royal Affirmed and Grand Cesare, who's been taken to the outside. These two vie for the lead by an opening quarter in 22 and 4/5 seconds. Very fast over a course rated soft. Private Lap is in third, 2 lengths off the lead, and then comes a ground-saving trip for Gulch Approval, who's in hand and traveling well. It's another 3.5 to Stormy Ray, 2.5 lengths farther back. Then Serial Bride, Run to Victory, Move Those Chains on the outside, and Duvalier now trails 11 from the top. They went a half mile in 46 and 3/5 seconds, and Grand Cesare has a neck in front of Royal Affirmed. Gulch Approval continues to travel well in hand in third. Private Lap fourth on the outside. Gap of 2 to Stormy Ray, who's taken off the rail for clear running room and begins to gain ground. Then it's another 2.5 to Serial Bride. Run to Victory. Third last on the far turn, and then Move Those Chains and Duvalier. They ran 3/4 in 1:10 and 3. Around the far turn, Royal Affirmed by a length and a half. Stormy Ray continues to travel well to the outside. Behind the leaders there is running room now for Gulch Approval, who storms on through at the fence. Then Serial Bride and Grand Cesare back to fifth. In the final furlong, Gulch Approval, Stormy Ray, Royal Affirmed digs in between them. Serial Bride is coming on the far outside, but it's Gulch Approval with a rail skimming ride and a victory. Gulch Approval by a length and a half. It's close for second. Royal Affirmed or Stormy Ray, and then Serial Bride.
Gulch Approval and Chucky Lopez getting a length and 3/4 length victory here. Wide open field of 9. The betting was all over the place. A 4-1 top choice in here, Serial Bride. But very well run race considering the softer turf course. The fractions were quite quick, and they came home well solidly here, with Gulch Approval getting the victory over Royal Affirmed. Stormy Ray back in the third spot. The winner, Gulch Approval, is a dark Bear Brown 4-year-old gelded son of Gulch from Classic Approval by With Approval. Bred in Kentucky by Milton Henry and W.S. Farish, owned by the Mary Lou Whitney Stable and trained by Nick Zito. Ridden to victory by Chucky Lopez. Gulch Approval covers the mile and a 16th on the soft turf in 1:43 and 1. We're going to head right back down to New Jersey in the running of Division 2 of the Elkwood for older horses on the turf. Let's head back down to New Jersey in the second division of the Elkwood.
They're off. First Lieutenant bobbled just a bit coming out of the gate. Spruce Run had a good start. There goes American Freedom on the outside, and American Freedom bumped a bit with Spruce Run there. Coming through on the inside is Fufa's Warrior in third. Miesque's Approval is outside of horses fourth early. Stormy Roman and First Lieutenant are in the back. First Lieutenant is 4 lengths off the lead, which is held by Spruce Run. It is in front by a neck. To the outside, American Freedom is running in second position, moving into the clubhouse turn. Then it's Fufa's Warrior third on the inside, 2 lengths off the lead. Then Miesque's Approval 3 wide, Stormy Roman and First Lieutenant 5.5 lengths off of dueling leaders American Freedom and Spruce Run. They ran a quarter in 24 and 3/5 seconds, and Miesque's Approval edges up to the outside of them. Gap of 2 to Stormy Roman. First Lieutenant just to the outside of Stormy Roman, and right on his inside is Fufa's Warrior. Now comes on through to be a joint third. They continue their run up the backstretch, and the leader is Spruce Run, pressured on the outside by American Freedom. They went a half mile in 49 and 1/5 seconds. Not too much pace on here. Miesque's Approval has clear running room outside of them. Then Stormy Roman, Fufa's Warrior, and First Lieutenant still 4 lengths off the lead. Around the far turn, Spruce Run continues to battle it out up front. Right alongside is American Freedom. Miesque's Approval coming 3 wide. Behind the leaders is Fufa's Warrior waiting for running room. And then comes Stormy Roman, and on the far outside, First Lieutenant. It's wide open. On the inside, Spruce Run, American Freedom. Behind them, Stormy Roman trying to squeeze through. First Lieutenant is finishing well on the far outside. Spruce Run, Stormy Roman. Spruce Run has won it by an X. Stormy Roman second, then First Lieutenant in a photo with Fufa's Warrior for third.
Spruce Run getting the victory here by a neck over Stormy Roman. First Lieutenant rallying from way back after a brushed start to finish in the third spot as the top choice in here. Miesque's Approval misses the board, finishing 5th in the short field of 6. The winner, Spruce Run, is a chestnut 6-year-old son of Repriced from Spruce Luck by Big Spruce. He's been knocking around the New York and New Jersey circuit for quite some time, obviously handling the softer going very nicely on the turf down in New Jersey. He was bred in Kentucky by Marcetta Incorporated. He's owned by the Golden Dome Stable and trained by Linda Rice. Ridden to victory by Joe Bravo. Spruce Run covers the mile in the 16th on the soft turf in 1:43 and 4. We're going to head right back to New Jersey now for the running of the Long Branch Stakes. The Long Branch Breeders' Cup is a Grade 3, $100,000 for the 3-year-olds, a stepping stone to the Haskell for some of the Jersey-based youngsters, and a stepping stone back into the racing season for Lionheart. Let's head down to New Jersey, the running of the Long Branch.
They're racing in the Long Branch. Lionheart started well. He goes right to the front. On his inside is My Snooky's Boy and Choose just inside of them. And now these two will take over as Lionheart is rated just off the leaders in third. Zach Cassidy fourth on the inside, then Ecclesiastic, Gaddis's Kamsa, and Royal Assault is last of all. Lionheart got caught 3 wide on the first turn. He's in third as Choose sets the pace. Choose on top through a quarter in 23 seconds flat. Leads 3/4 of a length to My Snooky's Boy, and Lionheart is just to the outside, third by another 2.5. After that comes Zach Cassidy in fourth. They're being followed by Royal Assault down toward the rail, Ecclesiastic, and the trailer is Gaddis's Kamsa. Halfway up the backstretch in the Long Branch, Choose, challenged by My Snooky's Boy, and a 3 wide Lionheart. And these 3 race across the track to the half-mile pole. They're 3 clear of Ecclesiastic, and they ran a half in 46 and 2/5 seconds. A rail skimming trip all the way for Royal Assault, who has 4 lengths to make up going into the far turn. Then Zach Cassidy and Gaddis's Kamsa to the outside. And there goes Lionheart. Lionheart has taken the lead on the far turn. My Snooky's Boy trying to stick to him. Choose has had enough. Royal Assault has moved into third now. He's 5 lengths off the lead. They've gone 3/4 in 1:10 flat. They're into the stretch, and Lionheart is put to the whip. My Snooky's Boy giving him a race on the inside, and My Snooky's Boy is in front. Lionheart all out to stick with him. These two come into the final furlong. My Snooky's Boy trying for the huge upset. Lionheart is stride for stride with him. They're bobbing heads to the wire in the Long Branch. Lionheart all class. My Snooky's Boy, here's the wire. Lionheart wins in a thriller over My Snooky's Boy, and Royal Assault was third.
Lionheart getting the victory, but it was an all-out victory by a head over My Snooky's Boy, who disappointed in some claiming company in New York earlier on in his career. Had a big breakthrough race last time out, but this time Stu Elliott aboard My Snooky's Boy was not quite able to upset Lionheart as he did a couple of times during the Triple Crown run. Royal Assault rallied from off the pace, as is his usual running style, to finish a solid third. The winner, Lionheart, is a chestnut 3-year-old son of Tail of the Cat from Satin Sunrise by Mr. Leader. He was bred in Kentucky by the Sabine Stable. Of course, the runner-up in the Kentucky Derby, making his first start back since the Preakness. He shipped down there from his training center home up here in Saratoga for Pat Biancone and owner Michael Tabor and Derek Smith. Ridden to victory by Joe Bravo. For the first time, by the way, Joe Bravo picking up the mount on Lionheart last Saturday in the Long Branch. They got the victory at a mile and a 16th in 1:43 and 2. We're going to head right back to New Jersey now for the running of Sunday's Red Cross Stakes for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares sprinting 6 furlongs. Let's head to Monmouth, the running of the Red Cross.
Racing in the Red Cross Stakes. Distinctive Kitten came out well. There goes Whoops-A-Daisy, and an awkward start there for Lavender Lass, who ducked in at the break. Now it's Whoops-A-Daisy battling for the front with Distinctive Kitten. Cupid Season is third early, then Elegant Designer on the outside, running in fourth Final round and Lavender Lass together in the back of the pack. 6 lengths separates the field through a quarter in 22 2/5 seconds. Whoops-a-daisy by a neck. Distinctive Kitten to the outside, second, 2 clear of Cupid Season. Elegant Designer now takes third on the outside and sets sail for the pace-setting pair around the far turn. Final round is 5th with 5 to make up, and Lavender Lass at the rear of the field. Whoops-a-daisy, Distinctive Kitten right together. On their outside comes Elegant Designer, waiting for room, Cupid Season in 4th. On the far outside, final round is beginning to make impact. Coming down to the 8th pole, Whoops-a-daisy in front. Final round, finishing with a flourish on the outside. Elegant Designer and Distinctive Kitten coming to the wire. Whoops-a-daisy, final round is still coming. Final round getting to Whoops-a-daisy. Final round wins the Red Cross Stakes. Whoops-a-daisy was second, then it was Cupid Season. 4th is either Distinctive Kitten or Elegant Designer.
Final round, another horse that we've seen quite a bit in New York, rallies from off the pace to a half-length victory over Whoops-a-daisy, the favorite in the field of 6, with Cupid Season sitting in a just off the pace spot throughout the going, but didn't have enough to make much of a bid into the stretch, having to settle for third. The winner final round is a 4-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Stormcat from Profit Column by Private Account. She was bred in Kentucky by Dinwiddie Farm Limited. She is owned by G. Watts Humphrey Jr. and trained by Rusty Arnold. Ridden to victory by Chris DiCarlo. Final round covers the 6 furlongs at Monmouth in 1:10 flat. We're going to head to Kentucky now to Ellis Park in the running of the Reggie Island Stakes. This is a $50,000 flat mile for 3-year-olds, originally carded on the turf. Unfortunately, again, due to weather conditions, it did come off the turf, was run on a fast main track. Let's head to Ellis now, the running of the Reggie Island.
Off and running on the Reggae Island, a perfect start. Big City Spender, Coldwater flashing the most speed. They hook up early. Exploited Storm taken off their heels in 3rd. Heroic Deed came away in 4th. Rogue Scholar 5th by 2. And Knox the trailer just 5 off the pace, wheeling out of the backstretch now. Big City Spender and Mark Guidry a neck in front. Coldwater, the long shot racing in 2nd. Heroic Deeds up into 3rd. Exploited Storm was steadied early up the inside. Then Rogue Scholar and a length back to Knox, who trails now just 4.5 lengths front to back. The opening quarter fairly slow. 24 2/5 seconds. Big City Spender, Guidry dictating the terms in front by an Eknat. Coldwater right there off his outside flank. Heroic Deeds in 3rd. Exploited Storm still bottled up under Jose Martinez now. And they're followed up on the far outside by Rogue Scholar. And at the back of the pack, Knox the trailer with just 3.5 off the pace. Really packing up here. Opening half was 48 3, moving towards the far turn. Big City Spender by an Ekna. Joined quickly by Coldwater from 2nd. Rogue Scholar revs up 3 wide from 3rd. Knox is splitting horses and rushing up into a clear-cut 4th. Exploited Storm under pressure, and Heroic Deed is backed out to trail as they wind around the turn to the quarter pole. 3 heads bobbing up front now. Rogue Scholar 3 wide from long shot. Coldwater, Big City Spender been there all the way, and Knox is swung wide for the drive, trying to overhaul the top 3, and here he comes in the stretch drive. Knox is coming fast on the far outside, coming quickest of all up to strike the front from Rogue Scholar. Big City Spender on the inside and Coldwater, but Knox with a burst of energy up to take the lead. Big City Spender coming back on. Knox is clear, and Knox and Brice Blanc going on to win the Reggae Island. Knox wins by nearly 2 over Big City Spender. Coldwater ran 3rd.
With a 6-wide move to get the victory by a length and 3/4, it's Knox and Brice Blanc over Big City Spender, who was involved in a pressured pace every step of the way. Coldwater, who applied most of that pressure, settles for 3rd after being involved right from the start. The winner, Knox, a chestnut 3-year-old son of Menifee from Count to 6 by Saratoga 6, was bred in Kentucky by Arthur B. Hancock III and Catesby Clay. Owned by Runnymede Farm and Arthur B. Hancock III, trained by Ken McPeak and ridden to victory by Brice Blanc. Knox covers the flat mile of the Reggie Island Stakes at Ellis Park off the turf in 1:37.1. We're going to remain in the Midwest, head to Chicago to Arlington Park and the running of the Round Table Stakes for 3-year-olds. $100,000 for the 3-year-olds. Let's head out to Chicago and the running of the Round Table.
And they're off, racing 9 furlongs. Chippewa Trail with an awkward start. David Steer comes right out first. Io Silver showing good speed from that inside post. And here's Real Trooper for Swagel, 4 wide. American Link 5 wide. And favored Cryptograph 6 wide around the first turn. Inside position for Port Prado. Further back is Fantastic Cat and Chippewa Trail after an awkward start, running 9th and last. field going toward the backstretch. The opening quarter solid here, 23-1. Io Silver pressed every yard by Avid Skier. Avid Skier up to Io Silver as they straighten up for the backstretch run. They have 5 on Real Trooper, tracking these twin targets from third. Half a dozen lengths back there to American Link Fort Prado. Cryptograph is next. Couple more to Persuego, then Fantastic Cat, and Chippewa Trail remains at the back of the field. A half in 46-1. The field moving toward the half-mile pole. In this 41st round table, still little between Avid Skier and Io Silver. These two more or less on even terms. 5 lengths in front of Real Trooper, running in third by 4 more. Fort Prado now gaining ground at the rail, past American Link. Cryptograph still with 9 lengths to find. Chippewa Trail starts his bid in the 5 path. Fantastic Cat takes the rail. And Persuego last to make the top of the Arlington Park stretch. 3/4, 1:11 flat. 2 furlongs to go. Robert Lester and Avid Skier first off the turn. Here's Fantastic Cat switched out. Cryptograph right there on the outside. Down the center of the track is Chippewa Trail. They're coming into the final furlong. Don Pettinger and Cryptograph. Inside this is Fantastic Cat. And these two drive past the 16th pole. Cryptograph holding sway. Fantastic Cat second. Chippewa Trail third. Cryptograph to win the Round Table Stakes by a length. Fantastic Cat was second, Chippewa Trail third. It's a photo for fourth. Real Trooper and Avid Skier. The time, 1:51-2.
Cryptograph getting the victory here, third last time out, in pretty good company against graded stakes types. Here drops back a notch and gets the odds-on victory by a length over Fantastic Cat, a recent New York allowance winner. Chippewa Trail rallies from way back off the early pace, making a huge belated move at 7-1 to finish in the third spot. The winner, Cryptograph, is a 3-year-old bay son of Crypto Clearance from Hopes and Fears by Mount Livermore. Bred in Kentucky by the Pin Oak Stud and owned by Pin Oak Stable, trained by Donnie Von Hemmel and ridden to victory by Donnie Pettinger. Cryptograph covers the 1 1/8 at Arlington Park in 1:51-2. We're going to pause now for a brief message, and when we return, we'll be taking a look at a busy weekend of stakes racing action from Delaware Park. Please stay tuned.
This year, many thoroughbreds, no longer able to compete, join the ranks of racing's homeless. Since 1982, the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation and its supporters have been providing help and hope for those in need, creating opportunities where once there were none. The TRF, together with the racing industry, is meeting the challenge, taking care of their own. Yesterday's innovative concepts, combining the TRF's rescue mission with educational and rehabilitation goals, have become today's life-saving success stories and a track record of unsurpassed growth. Safely retired thoroughbreds are now enjoying second careers, bringing responsibility, healing, and purpose to the lives of those who need it most. With your help, we can continue our saving mission, ensuring many more horses the welcome home they so richly deserve.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from Delaware. This was their big weekend of stakes racing action, and unfortunately, they did lose a lot of exciting horses because of off the turf and very bad conditions. We're going to begin with the RRM Carpenter Memorial Handicap. This is $100,000 for older horses. Let's head down to Delaware in the running of the Carpenter.
And they're off in the Carpenter Memorial. The ladies groom, in between horses for the lead, but has some company. Down toward the inside, Angelic Aura. Donald's Pride is right there. Loving looking to settle in fourth, followed by Super Blitz, who tucks to the rail nicely. And the late running Country Be Gold is your trail, already about 9 lengths off the lead as they make their way into that first turn. Angelic Aura on the inside, the ladies groom on the outside are going at it head to head. Donald's Pride is settled in nicely in third, then a gap of 2 lengths to Super Blitz on the inside of Loving as they make their way around the turn, and 6 more to Country Be Gold. Quarter in 23-4 as they straighten away down the back stretch. The ladies groom now shakes free, opens up 2 lengths on Angelic Aura in second, being now rated off the lead. A gap of 3 to Donald's Pride, followed by Super Blitz in fourth. Next in line, that's Loving, and 5 more to Country Be Gold. They race single file down the Delaware backstretch, and on the front end, it's the ladies groom by 2.5 lengths. Angelic Aura racing second. Donald's Pride toward the inside of Super Blitz, looking to move up, then a gap of 2.5 more to Loving, and Country Be Gold continues to trail about 8 or 9 off the lead. Half went in, 47 seconds flat as they make their way into the turn. The ladies' groom still by 2. Angelic Aura now trying to come back for more. 3 lengths to Super Blitz. Donald's Pride on the inside, Loving, and Country Big Old trying to unwind from the back with 3/8 to go. The ladies' groom, and now Angelic Aura is challenging, and Angelic Aura goes by. Leaves it by neck. The ladies' groom, though, coming back for more. They're head-to-head with a quarter to go. The 6 and 11 and 3 as they head for home. The ladies' groom and Angelic Aura. They've got about 3.5 lengths on trying to close in third. Here comes Super Blitz with a furlong to go. The ladies' groom is digging in. Now has it by a length again over Angelic Aura. Super Blitz is coming on the outside. The ladies' groom, Angelic Aura is coming back again. It's like a dogfight. Angelic Aura wins it by a neck. The ladies' groom second. Super Blitz third over fast closing Country Be Gold.
Angelic Aura getting the victory here. A field of 6. Angelic Aura, the ladies' groom, and Super Blitz. A couple of necks apart on the wire, but it was Angelic Aura and Roberto Arroyo from the front getting the job done. The winner, Angelic Aura, is a chestnut 4-year-old son of Concerto from Sweet Chris by Chris S. We've seen him a couple of times in New York. He's ground himself in against some pretty good company, usually holding his own. A son of Concerto, who is very well bred for the stretch out distance. He's won a couple of marathons in the last couple of months for his connection, Steve Klasaris, and trainer Steve Klasaris, owner Sandy Goldfarb, and Steve Klasaris. Ridden to victory by Norberto Arroyo. Angelic Aura covers the mile and is 16th at Delaware in 1:43 and 2. We're going to head back to Delaware now for the running of the Delaware Oaks, a Grade 2, $500,000 for 3-year-old fillies. Let's head down to Delaware, the running of the Oaks.
And they're off in the $500,000 Delaware Oaks, and Rashida breaks well to the inside, goes for that lead, but not really being urged that much. Yearly report between horses and her sister. Here comes Irish Melody. John Velasquez, sensing a sluggish tempo, sends that one up on the far outside, and from the outside, Irish Melody has a slight advantage over Yearly Report, but now 3 wide, drops back a bit as Rashida with the rail comes out on top. Yearly Report settles nicely in second for Bailey. Irish Melody on the outside third. Becky and Pink has the rail fourth, and her sister up on the outside of Pilfer. Then comes Alulu of Amenefi, and your trailer is Hopelessly Devoted. Opening quarter in 24 and 1. A moderate tempo for this group. Rashida leads it by 3 parts. Yearly Report is right there in a great position in second, followed by Irish Melody on her outside third. Becky and Pink rides the rail, and her sister is right there in Pilfer between horses. Length and a half to Alulu of Amenefi, 3 more to the late running Hopelessly Devoted as they make their way toward the half-mile marker. Half in, 48 and 1. And on the front end, it's still Rashida now. Yearly Report alongside their head-to-head. Irish Melody a close-up third. Becky and Pink. There goes Alulu of Amenefi. They're bunching up. Pilfer is also there in between horses as they make their way into the turn. Yearly Report, Rashida head-to-head. Right there, Irish Melody third, and her sister up on the outside, followed by Pilfer. Becky and Pink has the rail, then Alulu of Amenefi, and Hopelessly Devoted yet to get out of last. Time is running out, 3/8 to go, and now Bailey sets Yearly Report down. Opens up 2 lengths on Ender's sister up on the outside. Toward the inside, that's Rashida as they swing for home. 6 went in 1, 12 and 3. Yearly Report on the front end by half a length, but Ender's sister's making a run. 5 lengths further back to the rest of the field. 2-horse affair, barely, and Yearly Report is digging in. Ender's sister's trying to go by, but Yearly Report is showing her class. Yearly Report will win the Delaware Oaks under Jerry Bailey. Ender's sister a game second. Alulu of Amenefi third. Hopelessly Devoted up for fourth.
Yearly Report getting the victory here over my top choice, Ender's sister, who made a nice bid at the top of the stretch. Yearly Report had enough left to hold her at bay by a length. Ender's sister rallies well into second, with Lulu of Amenefi rallying from far off the pace at 14 to 1 to finish in the third spot. The winner, Yearly Report, only once beaten filly. Very nice effort from this filly, shipping in from California. She is a bay 3-year-old daughter of General Meeting from fiscal year by half a year. Bred in California by Mr. and Mrs. John C. Mabie, owned by the Mabie's Golden Eagle Farm, trained by Bob Baffert, and ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey. Yearly Report covers the mile and the 16th at Delaware in 1:43 and 4. We're going to head right back to Delaware Park now for the Robert G. Dick Memorial Breeders' Cup Handicap. Once again, $150,000. This is for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares, going on a firm turf course. Let's head down to Delaware and the running of the Robert G. Dick.
And they're off. Air Adair breaks well and quickly. Air Adair shoots to the front by a length and a half with Bluffy Slew in the second. Alternate up on the outside is racing third, followed by True Sensation next in line. Up on the outside, that's Lady Liberty in 5th. The Gray of Queen Smile 6th as Sweet Tricky Dancer settles in the 7th. Then Primetime Valentine, Lady of the Future, and Miss Helly, your trailer, as they move around the far turn the first time. And Air Adair leads it by 3 over Bluffy Slough. Opening quarter in a sensible 25-4 for the distance. As they come down the home stretch the first time, Air Adair by a good 2 lengths over Bluffy Slough. Alderney clings to the rail, and up on the outside, that's Lady Liberty for clear sailing. Then a gap of 2.5 lengths to a Queen Smile and True Sensation, followed by Sweet Tricky Dancer. Primetime Valentine saving ground toward the inside, then Miss Helly and Lady of the Future. About 10 lengths separates the field after a half in, 51-3. Air Adair has led every step of the way, and around the clubhouse turn leads it now by about a length over Bluffy Slough. Alternate continues to save ground nicely, followed by Lady Liberty in 4th. A length and a half further back to a Queen Smile racing in 5th, followed by Primetime Valentine, True Sensation, Sweet Tricky Dancers 3 wide, Miss Helly and Lady of the Future at the back of the pack. Now they've got under 6 furlongs to go, and on the front end it's still Air Adair being nursed along by a length and a quarter over Bluffy Slough and Lady Liberty. Alternate is settled in the 4th nicely, then a gap of 2.5 to a Queen Smile and Primetime Valentine, now being asked to pick it up a bit. 2 lengths further back to Sweet Tricky Dancer, Miss Helly being sent up by Bailey now. Lady of the Future and True Sensation has dropped back to last. They've got a half mile to go, the 6 in 1:17-4, and the tempo will quicken. As they move into the turn, it's still Air Adair has dictated that tempo, leads it by a length and 3/4 now. Up on the outside, there goes Lady Liberty. On the inside, Alternate next in line. Bluffy Slough can't keep pace, has to check out of there. Primetime Valentine is trying to rally with a Queen Smile. A quarter to go, and they've still got Air Adair to catch. Air Adair cuts the corner, leads it by a length and a half. Here comes Alternate and Dominguez. 2 lengths to Primetime Valentine, a Queen Smile, and Lady of the Future is rolling on the outside. Alternate, Ramon Dominguez takes over. Primetime Valentine, Lady of the Future is flying on the outside. Alternate needs another 70 yards. Lady of the Future, Primetime Valentine, Alternate, maybe it's tight with Lady of the Future, Primetime Valentine, and a late run for Miss Helly, who got 4th. Tight win photo.
Alternate getting the victory here by a head over Lady of the Future. Primetime Valentine ships down from New York Allowance Company to make her usual off-the-pace rallying move. Only got as far as 3rd, however. The winner, Alternate, made a much bigger move than she has made in some of her more recent efforts, coming up a little bit flat in the last few starts, but here runs in very nice fashion for terrific connections here who have done a nice job developing this 5-year-old daughter of Seattle Slough from Strike a Balance by Green Dancer. She was bred in Kentucky by the Pin Oak Stud, owned by Pin Oak Stable, who had a very good weekend of stakes racing action, trained by Graham Motion and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Alternate covers the mile and 3/8 on the turf in 2 minutes and 20 seconds flat. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from Sunday's Delaware Park afternoon. Leonard Richards Stakes will be first for 3-year-olds. This is a grade 3 for the 3-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. Let's head to Delaware and the running of the Leonard Richards.
They're set. Dashboard Drummer moves in line, and they're off. Brits Jules, as expected, going for the lead. Pollard's Vision up on the outside. Dashboard Drummer and Triasana with the rail as they pass the stands the first time. And it's Brits Jewel and Guy Smith showing the most early speed today. Leads it by 2 lengths. Pollard's Vision going to try to settle in that second spot. Has company on the inside, though, from Triasana, who saves ground as Pollard's Vision taken in hand by Bailey, trying to reserve his speed. 2 lengths to Pies Proctor, who settles in a nice spot in 4th. Followed by Joe Sixpack. Dashboard Drummer caught wide around the bend there, and Gamork has the rail. Will save a lot of ground around the bend. Opening quarter goes in 22-4. Fast tempo being set by Brits Jules. Leads it now by about 4 lengths over Triasana in second. 2 more lengths to Pollard's Vision, who angles toward the inside now in 3rd. Pies Prospect wants to stay off the rail in 4th, followed by Joe Sixpack, who takes the rail in 5th. A gap of 2.5 to Dashboard Drummer, and Gamork continues to trail about 11 lengths off the lead, set by Brits Jules, who covers the half in 46-2. It's a fast tempo as they race into the turn, and Brits Jules is going to try to take them wire to wire. Opens up 5 on the field. Triasana second. Now Bailey sends Pollard's Vision, and Pies Prospect is going to track him. 4 lengths further back to Joe Sixpack, Gamork, and Dashboard Drummer. 3/8 to go. Brits Jewel still on the front end. The lead, though, 2 lengths as Pies Prospect is gaining now steadily. Pollard's Vision has to do more. 5 lengths further back. Triasana couldn't keep pace. Then Dashboard Drummer trying to rally from the back, as is Gamork as they head for home. Guy Smith is all out now on Brits Jules, who continues to show the way. Now Pollard's Vision is gaining in second. Pies Prospect hanging somewhat. They let the 6 in. 1:11 flat, a furlong to go. Brits Jules trying for the upset, but here comes Bailey and Pollard's Vision on the outside. Pollard's Vision on the inside. Brits Jules, Pollard's Vision, and Jerry Bailey wins the Leonard Richards. Brits Jules trying to hang on a second, does so. Pies Prospect third, Joe Sixpack fourth.
Pollard's Vision getting the victory. Jerry Bailey goes down to Delaware Park to pick up the mount on Pollard's Vision and makes the trip well worth it for 2-length victory over pace setter Brits Jules, with Pies Prospect rallying from off the pace after being shuffled back a little bit at the start into the 3rd spot. Pollard's Vision, of course, nice winner in the Illinois Derby earlier on this year. Did not run very well in the Kentucky Derby, dropped back into a little bit lesser company, and has certainly proved to be a very useful runner for the 2nd tier for Todd Pletcher. Pollard's Vision is a dark bay or brown 3-year-old son of Carson City from Itasuni by Dixieland Band. Bred in Kentucky by Charles A. Smith, owned by the Edgewood Farm and trained by Todd Pletcher. I would imagine that this guy who is trained in Saratoga may end up making a start in Saratoga. I wouldn't be surprised to see him perhaps run in the Jim Dandy and hopefully try to set up for a try in the Travers, but he's a horse that's trained well here. He broke his maiden at Saratoga, so we know he likes the spa surface. Pollard's Vision, ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey, covers the mile on the 16th at Delaware Park in 1:43 and 4. We're going to continue now with the final stakes race of the weekend from Delaware Park. That's the Delaware Handicap. A grade 2 for older fillies and mares are running for $750,000 at a mile and a quarter. Let's head to Delaware, the running of the Delaware Handicap.
They're all set for a start here in the Del Cap, and they're off. It's a pretty good start for them all. Roar Motion between horses, Go On Baby, and down toward the inside, Misty Sixes with the rail, that shiny sheet as they come off the chute, and Jockey for position, and jockey Jerry Bailey is going to take advantage of it. No one seems to want that early lead, and Roar Motion is going to be sent to the front as they come toward the finish line the first time. Roar Motion and Bailey will try and dictate this tempo. Misty Sixes under a nice hold by Pino second. Go On Baby is third, and down toward the inside, that shiny sheet in fourth. 2 lengths further back to Redoubled Miss up alongside that Summer Wind Dancer, followed by the gray Cloak of Vagueness and Jelly toward the inside as they make their way around the clubhouse turn. Opening quarter in a solid 23-1. And on the front end, Roar Motion leads it by about 2 lengths. On the inside, that shiny sheet, and up on the outside, Misty Sixes. 2 lengths further back to Redoubled Miss, followed by Go On Baby. A gap of over 2 more to Summer Wind Dancer, Cloak of Vagueness, and 3.5 to Jelly, your trailer, as they move down the Delaware backstretch. Half in 47 seconds flat, and Roar Motion on the front end still leads it by 2. Misty Sixes is a comfortable second. Shiny Sheet a length further back in third, then Redoubled Miss. Summer Wind Dancer is trying to move up on the outside, and Cloak of Vagueness with some room on the rail. Then a gap of 4 to Go On Baby, and the trailer still is Jelly. They move into the far turn, the 6 in 1:11.3. It's still a good tempo, being set by Roar Motion and Bailey. Misty Sixes is edging a bit closer in second. Summer Wind Dancer is on the move in third, followed by Shiny Sheet on the inside of Cloak of Vagueness. Redoubled Misses next in line, 3/8 to go, and Roar Motion is still going strong on the front end for Bailey. Now opens up 3 lengths on the field. Misty Sixes couldn't make a run. On the outside, Summer Wind Dancer, Cloak of Vagueness, and Roar Motion in command as they head for home in the Delaware Handicap. The mile in 1:36 and 4, and Roar Motion opens up 5 on Summer Wind Dancer, who charges in the second, followed by Misty Sixes. Roar Motion and Bailey is all out. Summer Wind Dancer is closing steadily now. Roar Motion by 2. Summer Wind Dancer's coming fast. Roar Motion tiring. Summer Wind Dancer's going to get up for Victor Espinosa. Roar Motion a good second, then Misty Sixes and Cloak of Vagueness. So the California import wins it. Summer Wind Dancer, Jeff Mullins, and Victor Espinosa.
Summer Wind Dancer ships in from California. Big purse sitting there, and in a race that looked like it was coming up a little bit light on real major graded stakes competition. So Jeff Mullins put Summer Wind Dancer on the plane and made the trip well worth it to victory in the rain, in the slop, by a measured 1.25 lengths over Roar Motion, with Misty Sixes, one of the local Mid-Atlantic horses, running very well, sitting just off the pace every step of the way, fading lightly in the drive, but holding on for third. The winner, Summer Wind Dancer, is a 4-year-old gray-or-roan daughter of Siberian Summer from Native Wind Dancer by Incinerator, bred in California by Richard Wyra, Yvette Wyra, Linda Vetter, and Deborah Penny. Owned by Linda Vetter and Richard and Yvette Wyra, trained by Jeff Mullins, and ridden to victory by Victor Espinosa. Summer Wind Dancer runs the 1.25 miles on the off-going in 2:03 and 3. We're going to pause for one more brief message, and when we return, we'll be heading to Finger Lakes, Hollywood Park, and Belmont. Please stay tuned.
nybreads.com, the online home of North America's best incentive program. The latest news, updated throughout the day, plus streaming video of New York Bred Stakes winners. Check out the New York Bred leaderboards for jockeys, trainers, owners, and breeders. Want to become an owner or breeder? Well, the New York Thoroughbred Breeders section tells you about upcoming new owner seminars and farm tours. You'll even find an online sales section with horses you can purchase right now. There's a directory of New York State farms, a stallion registry, plus up-to-date sales information complete with hip numbers and pedigree pages. Thinking of breeding your mare? First, go to nybreds.com and run a hypothetical mating with any registered New York-based stallion. And finally, at nybreds.com, you'll see why the New York Breeding and Racing Program is North America's best, with over $40 million a year in purses, incentives, and awards. So get with the program at nybreds.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. We're going to continue now with stakes racing action from Finger Lakes. We're going to begin with the Proud Puppy Stakes for older filly and mare sprinters. Let's head back to last Saturday's running of the Proud Puppy.
They're off in the Proud Puppy handicap. They all come out well. And quickly to the front will be a Smart Punch on the outside. Storm in the Lake wants the lead and goes up to grab it. In between horses, Border Bound. A Smart Punch drops back a length in third. There's two on the outside to Regal and Bold. Diablo's Angel Eyes and another four back to Parisian Deputy. They go by the half-mile pole. The first quarter zipped and 22 flat. A Storm on the Lake with the lead a half a length. Border Bound pressing alongside second. A Smart Punch moving quickly on the outside third. Diablo's Angel's Eyes is another length back in fourth. Regal and Bold on the outside. And better than 4.5 back to the trailer, Parisian Deputy. As they come to the top of the stretch in the Proud Puppy, the half in 45 and 2. In the middle between horses, Border Bound now coming on. A Smart Punch to the outside. Storm of the Lake still there on the rail, coming late. Diablo's Angel Eyes with a late bid between horses. They're in mid-stretch. Between horses, Border Bound. On the outside, a Smart Punch. These two head bobbing to the wire. It'll go down to the wire together. Border Bound a nose. Smart Punch and Diablo's Angel Eyes. Tight finish in the Proud Puppy.
Border Bound gets the victory here under Ricardo Valdez with a head victory over a Smart Punch. Diablo's Angel Eyes back in the third spot as the favorite at just over even money. Regal and Bold got off to a bit of a sluggish start, found herself in a wide position, and never got into the hunt. The winner, Border Bound, is a dark bay or brown 4-year-old daughter of Boundary from All Aboard by Irish Ruler. Bred in Kentucky by Diana and Guy Snowden, owned by Steeplechase Farm and trained by Michael Gorham. Ridden to victory by Ricardo Valdez, Border Bound covers the 6 furlongs at Finger Lakes in a brisk 110 and 2. We're going to continue now at Finger Lakes with the running of the New York Derby for 3-year-old New York breds. Unfortunately, Multiplication, the winner of the first leg of the OTB Big Apple Triple, did suffer a fatal heart attack since the running of that race, and so we will not have a Big Apple Triple winner. Nonetheless, a full field going postward. Let's head to Finger Lakes in the running of the New York Derby.
They're off in the 32nd renewal of the New York Derby. And right in the middle, Coin for Success will go out to set the early pace. Tomorrow's match is alongside. Shouters first moves through into the rail. Don Corleone showing early foot and moving on the outside, along with Work With Me. They move around the clubhouse turn. Coin for Success will take the lead around the turn of length. Don Corleone second. Tomorrow's Magic third. Shouters first settles in fourth on the rail. Pay Attention fifth. Work With Me running sixth on the outside. House Key is seventh. Swinging Ghost on the outside eighth. Another 2 lengths back. 7 come 11. And another 4 lengths back to Stevie Stresser. Opening quarter in 23. They're midway up the backstretch. Coin for Success by 2. Don Corleone second. Tomorrow's Magic rates alongside third. Then a gap of almost 3-4 lengths back to House Key. Shouters first between horses. In between horses, Pay Attention and Heavy Traffic and Work With Me on the far outside. The half in 46 and 2, and they move midway on the turn. And Don Corleone is moving up on the outside to battle with Coin for Success. There's a gap at 2. Tomorrow's Magic is third. Another 2.5 to Work With Me, then we come back to House Key. As they come to the top of the stretch in the New York Derby, Don Corleone takes the lead at 59-1. And Don Corleone is opening up the lead by 3-4. A late run from Pay Attention. Pay Attention closing late on the outside to the wire. Don Corleone hanging on, and a stunning upset. Don Corleone a half a length. 7-11 second. Work with me third.
Don Corleone making them an offer he couldn't refuse, holding on by a neck at 60-1 over 7-11, who was almost 12-1. Work with me, the 2-1 second choice in the wagering, rallied from far back in the sixth path to finish in the third spot, but very impressive. Don Corleone, who was a very big, good-looking colt. He began his career in New York racing, in NYRA racing. He's a son of Incurable Optimist, who I would imagine might like the turf, but now he is a stakes winner on the main track as well, certainly moving up his game considerably from some of his more recent efforts, taking very well to the racing surface out at Finger Lakes, but just kind of an interesting colt, a big, very good-looking horse. In the post parade, he looked like the biggest horse heading into the post parade and into the starting gate, but did not necessarily look so on paper. But very nice effort, sitting just off the early pace of Coin for Success, taking over at about the midway point and holding on by about a neck over 7-11. The winner, Don Corleone, a bay 3-year-old son of Incurable Optimist from Twice Forbidden by Spectacular Bid, was bred in New York by Carmine Iorio. Owned by the breeder, trained by Sally Iorio Jr., and ridden to victory by Dean Freites, Don Corleone, a family affair, wins it at for 1 mile and a 16th in 1:44 and 3. We're going to head right out to Hollywood Park now for the running of the Hollywood Juvenile Championship, a Grade 3, 6 furlongs for the babies. Let's head to California, the running of the Hollywood Juvenile.
They're off. Great Power, Act Executive, and Chantru. These three set out. Great Power and Act Executive very fast. Chantru will sit out sprinted in third and a length and a quarter from the front. First time starter Commandant at the back of the pack as they head up the back stretch. Great Power and Act Executive. Act Executive's half ahead in front. Great Power stays with him. Chantru gets the perfect striking spot for Espinoza. The undefeated one is 2 lengths off the lead. He'll go up 3 wide in the green cap. Chantru within a length and 3/4 of the lead. And Commandant is 4th and last, but he's only 2.5 from the front. 3 lengths from first to last in the 65th Hollywood Juvenile. Act Executive just in front of Great Power. Chantru is in perfect striking position for Victor Espinoza, and here he comes up 3 deep. Chantru checked just briefly there at the quarter pole, but now he's on the move outside of Act Executive, and here comes Chantru to come calling for the lead. Chantru is a neck in front. Act Executive now back to second. Great Power is 4 back in third, and Commandant, and they come to the final furlong. Chantru trying to stay undefeated, and he's a length and a half in front. Act Executive is second. 6 back to Commandant. He just wins races. The Hollywood Juvenile winner is Chantru, 4 for 4. He won it by a neck, but it was a measured neck. Act Executive second, Commandant third, Great Power fourth.
Chantru, who is now 4 for 4, getting the victory here. Very nice effort, showing good speed, stalking the early pace, and making a nice bid late over Executive with Commandant, the first-time starter in here, finishing in the third spot after trailing the field up the back stretch. The winner, Chantru, is a bay 2-year-old son of Yes It's True from Chandel by Crafty Prospector, bred in Florida by W.E. Waltrip and owned by Harold F. Green. Trained by Bob Hess Jr. and ridden to victory by Victor Espinoza, Chantru covers the 6 furlongs at Hollywood in 1:10 and 4. We're going to head right back to Hollywood Park now for Sunday's running of the Sunset Handicap, a Grade 2, $150,000 for turfers going long. Let's head back to Hollywood, the running of the Sunset.
They're off. Star Over the Bay and Gulchi break best and go for the front. Gallant and Leprechaun Kid are close up. Freddie's at the rail. Runaway Dancer is alongside him, and the early trailer is the big favorite Continuously. Star Over the Bay sprints clear to the top of the stretch the first time, and he's established a 3.5 length lead on Gallant and Leprechaun Kid. Gulchi broke right with the front runner, and he's taken all the way back to 4th now and about 7 lengths from the lead. Just outside of him, it's the gray Runaway Dancer. Continuously and Freddie are at the back of the pack, and they are 10 lengths from Star Over the Bay, who is absolutely coasting on the lead, and he is 1 lap from home and 3.5 lengths in front. Star Over the Bay, the uncontested front runner, leads by 3.5. Leprechaun Kid continues to track in second. Gallant is third, and now he is 6 lengths off the lead. The Dan Hendricks train Runaway Dancer is up to fourth now, but he's about 10 from the lead. Gulchie's just inside of him. Freddie and Continuously are still at the back of the pack, and they are 10 lengths from Star Over the Bay as he turns into the backstretch. In the 63rd running of the Sunset Handicap, no excuses for Star Over the Bay. He's had it easy and uncontested to the backstretch, and he leads by a solid 4.5 lengths. Leprechaun Kid is second by 4 lengths, with Gallant racing third. Runaway Dancer is in the clear. He's got about 9 lengths to make up. He's 2 lengths in front of Continuously, who is starting to gather momentum now. Gulchie's hard-ridden just inside of the big favorite, and Freddie's at the back of the pack. Star Over the Bay is now a half mile from home, trying to take a breather going into that far turn, and his lead is only a length and a half from Leprechaun Kid, who's closer in second. Star Over the Bay is still fresh, though, and he rides the rail a length and 3/4 in front. Leprechaun Kid is second by 3.5 lengths. Runaway Dancer has moved up to third now, and he's 5.5 from the front. He's 2 lengths in front of Continuously, who continues to close, but Continuously going to have to make up 6 in the final quarter of a mile. Now Continuously has taken third as Runaway Dancer's back to fourth, and Continuously is closing in with each and every stride. It's down to Star Over the Bay and Continuously, and Star Over the Bay comes to the top of the stretch, 2 in front, but he's going to have to really fly to the wire because Continuously is gobbling up the ground. Star Over the Bay just in front. Continuously has come all the way from the back of the pack to try to get by. Continuously, Star Over the Bay. They're going to hit the wire together. Star Over the Bay turned him away and said, "No, you don't." Star Over the Bay wins the Sunset. He turned away Continuously. Leprechaun Kid third, and Runaway Dancer finished fourth.
Star Over the Bay, and Tyler Bays getting the 3-1 victory over the odds-on choice Continuously, with Leprechaun Kid tracking the early lead and holding on to third at 10-1. Exciting finish with Star Over the Bay, a 6-year-old who's been around. We saw him in Florida, out in California as well. Pretty solid middle-level turf horse, but here moving up into Grade 2 company, running into a little bit of a weak group at Grade 2 level. Star Over the Bay is a gray-roan 6-year-old gelded son of Cozine from Latoya Bay by Emperor, bred in Florida by the Four Horsemen's Ranch, owned by G Racing, Van Berger and Vaughn, trained by Mike Mitchell, and ridden to victory by Tyler Bays. Star Over the Bay runs the 1.5 miles at Hollywood Park on the turf in 2:26.2. We're going to head back to the turf in New York now for a pair of stakes over the weekend, beginning with the Bowling Green, a Grade 2, $150,000 mile and 3/8. Let's head to Belmont, the running of the Bowling Green.
And they're off. Kicking Chris comes away well. Gigli is there. Down on the inside, L'Oiseau d'Argent forwardly placed, and here's Thompson Rouge. No one overly anxious for the lead here as they make that long run for the first turn. And L'Oiseau d'Argent assumes the early lead, with Gigli now running along in second. And Thompson Rouge third on the outside. Kicking Chris is settled back in fourth. B.A. Way is now fifth on the inside, followed by Vanity Affair running in sixth. Better Talk now is seventh on the rail. Host on the outside, and at the back of the pack, Burley, A to the Z and In Hand. Around the first turn, L'Oiseau d'Argent, pretty quick quarter there considering the distance, 23 1/5 seconds. Richard Migliori trying to ration out the speed of L'Oiseau d'Argent as they make their way into the backstretch, the half in 47 2. So they're moving right along here with Gigli running along in second, Thompson Rouge rating on the outside in third, a break of 3, Kicking Chris moving up a bit now from fourth, and then it's B.A. Way fifth. Better Talk now is sixth, Vanity Affair is seventh, Host is eighth, In Hand is ninth, and A to the Z is 10th as they continue down the backstretch run. L'Oiseau d'Argent loose by 3 with 5 furlongs to go. Ran 3/4 in 10 4. L'Oiseau d'Argent still leads the pack as they move for the far turn. Gigli asked for a bit more there from Jorge Chavez at the half-mile pole. Thompson Rouge has been given his cue. He's third, but he's still about 3 lengths behind. Then B.A. Way fourth toward the inside. Kicking Chris well within striking range fifth. And now commencing a bid. There goes Kicking Chris on the outside. Better Talk now is ready to roll right there in behind horses now. And on
the inside. Vanity Affair and A to the Z on the outside, followed by Hostin and Hand. The field turns for home now, and Kickin' Chris rolls up to take the lead from the outside. L'Oiseau d'Argent now a half length behind in second. B.A. Way bottled up in between horses, and here comes Better Talk now. Less than a furlong to go. Kickin' Chris in front. Better Talk now driving still 3/4 of a length behind B.A. Way and Gigli, and they're coming down to the line, and Kickin' Chris wins it by a length and a half on the wire. Better Talk now second, Gigli third.
Michael Matz, the trainer of Kickin' Chris, have been a little bit worried about this guy. He's been a little disappointing after being a Grade 1 winning 3-year-old on the turf last year. Dropped him back a little bit here and ended up getting a nice victory from just off the pace under Edgar Prado. Better Talk now made a huge bid to finish second before Kickin' Chris did kick clear. Gigli, very nice effort to finish in the third spot. A European, or a Brazilian import rather, in Bobby Frankel's barn. Looks like Bobby has got another very nice turf horse in his care. The winner, Kickin' Chris, is a bay 4-year-old son of Chris S. from Kickin' Grass by Jade Hunter. Bred in Kentucky by Valerie Nafee and owned by the Brushwood Stable, trained by Michael Matz, and ridden to victory by Edgar Prado. Kickin' Chris covers the mile and 3/8 on the turf at Belmont in 2:12 flat. We're going to head right back to the Belmont Turf Course. On Sunday, they ran the Lexington for 3-year-olds on the turf at 1.25 miles. Grade 3 company. Let's head back down to New York in the running of the Lexington.
And they're off. Commendation, Icy Atlantic. Between those two, it's Big Booster, and toward the outside, Mustanfar, as they make their way for the first turn. And it's Big Booster over to the rail and on the lead early. 4 of them across the track now. Icy Atlantic is 2 wide, Inducement 3 wide, Mustanfar is 4 wide. Second Performance gets a good spot early just in behind the leaders and saving ground. Commendation right alongside him in 6th. And it's 2.5 lengths back to Tomorrow's Champ, and Agent Dancer trails the field as they head for the backstretch run. Big Booster, Icy Atlantic now moving alongside, and Icy Atlantic takes the lead as they begin their run down the backstretch. The opening quarter went in 24-4 around that first turn. So it's Icy Atlantic dictating the pace here. The pace is moderate up to this point, and here comes a move from Second Performance. Second Performance now slips through on the inside of Icy Atlantic, and now he's got the lead. Inducement runs along in third, a tepid half mile of 48-4 over the firm going here with 5 furlongs to go. Commendation is 4th and toward the inside. Mustanfar is close and running in 5th. Big Booster held the lead only briefly and is now tailed off into 6th, and then it's Tomorrow's Champ and Agent Dancer. The field moving into the far turn. Icy Atlantic, Second Performance, matching strides around the far turn. Second Performance on the inside, Icy Atlantic on the outside. There's 3 furlongs to go. Icy Atlantic's got a short lead. Second Performance right there. Mustanfar just in behind them. And Commendation is tailed off 4 lengths from the front now. And then it's Inducement. And Icy Atlantic comes off the turn with the lead. Mustanfar is cut loose. And Mustanfar now challenging for that lead as they come into the final furlong. Icy Atlantic driving on that lead. Holding on gamely. 3/4 of a length. Mustanfar full out second. Still giving chase. Those two down to the line with Second Performance third. Icy Atlantic trying to gut it out for another 50 yards. Mustanfar is surging. It's a photo finish. It's a head bob on the wire. Icy Atlantic and Mustanfar. A photo finish with Second Performance third.
Mustanfar and Icy Atlantic hitting the wire together. It was Icy Atlantic's nose that actually got there first, but Mustanfar ends up being moved up on the DQ. Icy Atlantic did come out rather aggressively and interfere with the running path of Mustanfar. As a result, he was placed in the second spot. Second Performance, who did run very well from the front end, weakened a little bit to finish in the third spot. He was not involved in the disqualification. The winner, Mustanfar, is a chestnut 3-year-old son of Unbridled from Manoir by Lee Fard. He was bred in Kentucky by the Shadwell Farm, owned by Shadwell Stable and trained by Kieran McLaughlin. We did see him a little bit on the Triple Crown Trail earlier on this year. It is quite obvious that 1.25 miles is quite within his scope, but he did not make the Kentucky Derby. I think the turf may eventually be his very best spot, running very impressively here under Jose Santos. Mustanfar covers the 1.25 miles on the Belmont turf in 2:01 flat. That's going to wrap up a busy weekend of horses and courses. Thank you very much for joining us this week. We hope you'll be able to join us again next time for more exciting racing action from around the country. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Jean Wood. I'll see you back here next time.